Hey there, boaters. I'm Captain Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Friday's episode of Boaters TV. First up, our Captain's Caption photo was provided by Christy Ledger. We'll reveal the caption of the day at the end of the show. Next in Smooth Sailing, Cruising with Guests, brought to you by Blue Water Sailing Magazine. Cruising with guests can be a lot of fun, but will, at the very least, shake up your routine. As much as we love our friends and family, if they're not used to being aboard a boat, some stress and challenges are bound to arise. In this month's Blue Water Sailing Magazine, Sally Peterson wrote about the week her and her husband cruised around Fiji and the adventures they had with 3 rounds of visitors aboard their 32-foot sailboat. Before the trip, Sally wrote a letter to her guest explaining what they could expect. Their boat is not a 5-star hotel, nor is it a Royal Caribbean cruise liner with motionless passages and limitless food. Her and her husband are not tour guides, and they cannot control the weather. Sally's letter may seem extreme, but she wanted her guests to expect less and experience more. She was providing them with ocean view accommodations for free. Sally came up with a list of helpful hints for guests preparing to visit a friend's boat. Tips include packing light, asking rather than guessing what provisions you can bring along, and taking extra care with items aboard. Without asking, it's hard to know what items can be stored easily or what boat parts are expensive to replace if broken. Sally also came up with helpful hints in preparing for guests. Besides writing a heads-up letter, she suggests making a list of things to go over with your guests as soon as they arrive. Safety equipment, how to use the head, how to conserve water. Sally advises on choosing more conservative anchorages, especially if your visitors aren't used to the sounds and motions of a boat. Having guests aboard can add treasured memories to your cruising experience, but it's best to be sure everyone knows what they're getting into. We all have our own personal stories of cruising with guests. To read Sally's experience, go to www.bwsailing.com. Now it's time for our BoatTest Reports feature of the week, where we'll take a look at the Vectra 2282 from Smokercraft.
Smokercraft of Indiana built a long line of recreational powerboats. This is the 2282.
The broad bow of the boat gives plush seating for up to 4 adults with ample storage under the cushions. The Vectra's helm uses retro styling with bright chrome trim surrounding the analog gauges and the toggle switches. A massive ski and board storage locker is located amidships for quick and easy deployment of your water toys.
Port side seating is really unique. This cushion here snaps out. This clips forward, snaps back in place, and now you have the lounger. The L-shaped seating is quite convertible. This simply snaps out. This locks back here, and this snaps back into place here.
The back seating of the Vectra has a neat surprise. The whole unit flips up, locks in place, and then this provides you with a changing area and a little privacy for using the toilet.
Under the padded engine hatch is access to the boat's power plant. Although it's a bit tight here, there is enough room to check fluids.
Now, if you're really into water sports, then you're going to have to order your Vectra with this optional swim platform. It includes a fold-out 4-rung ladder, snap-in carpet, which is really plush, and to top things off, you've got a tubular wakeboard tower.
Without the bolt-on swim platform installed, this Vectra measures 22 feet 8 inches overall. Her spacious 8-foot 6-inch beam and 2,550-pound displacement make for a smooth ride and nimble handling. Powered by a single 320 horsepower Volvo Penta engine with dual prop drive, our test boat reached a top speed of 53.1 miles per hour. Cruise speed was determined to be 30.4 miles per hour, turning 3,000 RPM and delivering 3.39 miles per gallon, for a total range of 156 miles per tankful.
Thanks to BoatTest for that report. To see more of the Smokercraft Vectra 2282, you can cruise on over to BoatTest website at www.boattest.com. Now let's see what's making waves in nautical news. It looks like the America's Cup may finally get out of the courtroom and onto the water. A New York Supreme Court judge has ordered the race between defending champion Alinghi and challenger BMW Oracle to take place in March 2009. The judge ruled that the series will be held off the coast of Valencia, Spain, or at another location chosen by Alinghi within 6 months of the start date. But the Swiss team has appealed the decision, saying it goes against racing rules that state the Cup cannot be held in the Northern Hemisphere between November 1st and May 1st. Alinghi wants to push the start date back, so we'll keep you updated. In other racing news, Puma Ocean Racing has unveiled their challenger for the 2008-2009 Volvo Ocean Race. The boat, named Il Mostro, or the Monster, was christened by its godmother, actress Selma Hayek. Skipper Ken Reed and the Puma team will be based in Newport, Rhode Island for the next 4 months, preparing for the upcoming 10-month, 37,000-mile race around the globe. And if you're an infant cruiser in training, forget about getting any sea time with Royal Caribbean. Later this year, the cruise line is banning babies under the age of 6 months from its ships. Royal Caribbean says the policy comes from their recognition that infants may require special medical attention that can only be found at shore hospitals. They're not the only ones banning babies. Carnival also has a 6-month or older restriction. Now it's time to reveal Stacey's TheBoaters.com Sealebrity profile pick of the day, which is Captain Norma Patton and her 53-foot Chris Craft Last Dance. Norma and her family live aboard the Last Dance, which has a newly renovated interior. They own 3 kayaks that they use to explore shorelines and inlets. Catching crabs, oysters, and clams is also a favorite pastime for Norma and her gang. Welcome to the Boaters, and congrats on your Sealebrity status. And finally today, the captain's caption of the day is, I couldn't figure out how to start the engine. Oh, by the way, what is this white fabric used for? Submitted by Jim Chapman. And that'll do it for this episode of The Boaters TV. See you back here on Monday.